Good morning. It's Amy from Softwind Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from my homestead cabin in South Texas. So today we are going to be making this little treat box that came out in the annual catalog, and it is part of the Little Treats bundle. So it comes with a little stamp set and a little treat box die set. So I'll be showing you that in just a minute. But this is what we're going to be making today. I've kind of pre-cut everything in the idea of saving time, and the measurements and directions will be found in the description link below, as well as a link to my Stampin' Up! Website. So if you're interested in ordering anything from me, I would really appreciate it. Now, I haven't been on for a while. We've had some issues here at the homestead. We had a brush fire and then a hurricane. We were out of power for a while. And so it's taken me a while to get back in kind of the rhythm and chance of doing videos. And now school's starting. So now I'm really going to be restricted. So when you get the die set, it comes with a die that cuts out the treat box completely. So you don't need to worry about scoring or cutting tabs. It's going to be done completely with you for that. So what I did is I used some real red cardstock. Okay, and this is what I cut out. So you can get 2 of these on one piece of cardstock. Okay, along with some little extra that you can use to cut out the tabs and the tags. So this is the label and this is the tag that I did. So what I did to create this treat box is I actually saw a few people online that actually embossed their box. And so I did that using the Tin Tile Dynamic Textured Embossing Folder. And I thought it turned out really cute. I was a little worried at first because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm having to lay it in sideways. So when you lay in these big embossing folders, you can't just put them in straight. Okay. So what I did is, if you put it in this way, part of it sticks out. If you put it in this way, which I was like, oh, I'll do it this way. Well, then of course it gets cut off by your big shot. It won't go in. So I turned it at an angle. And with this pattern, it didn't seem to affect it very much. When you're looking at the box, it doesn't look too bad. So, I mean, it's a little sideways, but it's not too bad. Okay, so then I just ran that through my big shot, and I got this embossed piece. So let's go ahead and put it together. Now, one of the things that's kind of cool about this is it has little tabs already kind of cut in for you to put your box together. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder, and I am going to score my lines. So here we go. And I have to, if I start sounding kind of strange, it's like I couldn't get the generator started this morning. So I'm here in South Texas with no air conditioning at the moment. And if I turn on the fan, it's so loud, it overpowers the video. So I'm trying to do a real quick video here. Now, you can just go ahead and slide and put those things together, but I kind of want a little extra something to kind of hold it together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some double-sided tape. It has some string on it for my bag. Now the string is wanting to stick to me. So I'm just going to, I think it's the 1/4 inch size. So I'm going to lay it out here. I'll lay it here. And I found that this is easier to do before you start to put the box together. Don't ask me how I know. All right, so, and I also apologize that my nails are not taken care of. We're in a real bad coronavirus situation. I'm doing my own, but then this week has been crazy and I didn't have a chance to really kind of mess with it. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put the box together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the tab to the inside. I don't think it really matters what direction you do it. It's just that that's my personal preference. I got it in there. I'm going to put the double-sided tape on. Then I'm going to come over here, do the same thing. I'm going to slide the tab in. Let me make sure my hole, I can find my hole slot, I guess would be a better term. And it is very humid out here, so the paper's kind of getting kind of sticky. Okay, so there. And then what I did is, just because I like my box to kind of stay together a little bit, you don't have to do this because you're going to take out the, you're going to put it together with ribbon and tab, so you don't really need to glue it. And so we'll just leave it like that for right now. I just put the tabs there. All right, so now we have our box put together. So now what I want to do is go ahead and make my labels and my tag. So you can run these through your Big Shot at the same time. I used this label die and I used this tag die. All right, but since I wanted it to be colored cardstock, I went ahead and cut some pieces to go onto the inside. All right, so let me go ahead and get those pieces out. I pre-cut them so I wouldn't have any issues. And here is a tag. We can do it in green. I'm going to do the one in red. I like the red. And then I want a Granny Apple green for that part. All right, so my white cardstock that I'm going to use for stamping. For this particular piece, this piece is 3/4 inch wide by 1 3/4 inches long. Okay. This piece for the tag is 5/8 wide and 1 inch long. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use my Real Red ink, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp using the Little Treats stamp set, and I'm going to use the To and From. It's so tiny and cute, and it fits so perfectly in this tab. So let me go ahead and get that out. So here, let me ink it up. And I'm sorry if I have to kind of lean into the camera so I can see. I don't know how straight it'll be because I'm kind of sideways to the camera. And I smeared it. So let's turn it over and try that again. There we go. That's better. All right. Now, I want to go ahead and take what I'm going to use is, I'm a teacher, and I like to make little things for my team and the teachers at my school, and I'm going to use the Harvest Hellos. And I thought about using Welcome Back, but I decided to use 2 and A+ teacher. So you could use either one if you're starting back at school. And I'm going to use for the A+ teacher. Get that. And we're just going to stamp it to the 1 3/4 inch. And I'm sorry, I have to say it because I cannot see where I am stamping. There we go. And I'm using Real Red ink. So now I'm going to glue the tabs together. So let me get and I'm using the Tombow ink. I have the Stampin' Seal. I just got it and I left it back at and that's too much glue. I left it back at my trailer. But down here in South Texas, it's so humid that I haven't had a chance to really experiment yet with the Stampin' Seal to see how long it will last. And wipe up some of that glue. I did put way too much glue. Candy came barreling out. And it gets so humid that things don't stick after a while. But the Tombow glue holds up really well down here, so I prefer to use that as much as possible. So I'm going to move that up because I want the stitching to see in this particular set. So one thing that I want to do before I go on is I want to poke out all these little pieces that make the detail of this box so cute. Okay, so we pulled that out. I don't know why this is. Oh, it's just because of the way it's embossed. It's kind of giving me a little bit of a heart attack thinking that it didn't cut very well through the Big shot. Oh, I can't wait for my new Stampin' Cut emboss machine to come in. Okay, so let me move that out of the way. So let me get that. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to stamp an apple. And I'm using, again, the Harvest Hello stamp set. So I'm going to just do the outline of an apple on a piece of white cardstock. And then I'm going to punch it out using my apple/pumpkin punch. So I looked at doing a whole red apple that I thought it was red, but I thought, oh, if I do it with white cardstock and then a full red apple, then that would be cute. And I didn't bring my markers with me, so I can't really color it in. So here is my punch. It cuts out the apple, cuts out a leaf, and it cuts out a stem. All right, so let me go ahead and punch that out. And you see, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of scrap Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to cut out, or at least punch out, a leaf that I can glue on. Okay. So let me add just a tiny bit of glue to the back of the leaf, just a little stitch. I love this apple. I just love it. I think it's a little covered up over here, so I think I might do something a little different, and I'm going to add a glue dot there so it stays out of the way. So here's my box, and what I want to do is I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the back. I'm not going to go to the edges because it might hang off a little bit, so I'm going to come up here. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back again. I'm not going to go to the edge because I may hang off a little bit. But I'm going to go a little sideways. Like that. All right. And now this ribbon, oh, by the way, the Little Treats bundle is in the new fall mini catalog. And so is this beautiful red sheer ribbon that we're going to be using. But they're online, so you can take a look if you like. So what I'm going to do now is, actually, let me cut this at an angle so it doesn't unravel too much on me. I'm going to thread it through my tag. And I'm going to thread through here. And this stuff is pretty slippery, as I discovered earlier when I was trying to put things together and everything kept falling off on me. All right, so yeah, I'm not the greatest bow tire in the world, so you'll have to forgive me if my bow does not come out looking spectacular. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a glue dot to the tag so that it does not, so it kind of stays out of the way, and you can still see kind of like the apple leaf. I'm sorry, just kind of like a little off with this heat going on. All right. So there's our little box. So you can do so many things with these little treat boxes. You could actually just make the box in a neutral color and then put some DSP on the front and back. And that's what I did with this one. Okay. So I actually used the Forever Fern paper as a thing. I used the Better Love You More Than set to make this. The Friendly Silhouettes. And this is the Bumblebee ribbon. So it didn't come out the way I had quite imagined it in my mind, but it's still pretty cute. Chocolate, because adulting is hard. But I can't decide what I'm gonna give my teachers. Maybe a combination of both, because I really love to give them something to the beginning of the school year and kind of like boost my team along as we go. So again, Amy Sharp, go ahead and check out the description below to get the items and what you need to make these little box soup. Like I said, super easy to make, but so cute. All right, You can always comment below and leave me any questions you have. I really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel and like it, and let people know that I'm out doing this. I'm still kind of a beginner at the whole video thing. I still feel like I'm a beginner, even though I've been stamping for a while. So I hope that y'all can offer any suggestions or anything you would like to see. Thanks for coming out this morning.